We got to have some type of structure. If not, you're going to see the same team go to the playoffs every year.
If you're going to be able to make seven figures in college, you got to go and take advantage of that.
Yo, Jeremiah got more money than me.
He about to ask his little nigga for a loan. Nah, yo, it's insane to me that even at the Super Bowl, like, people are still talking about this. Obviously, like I said, I'm live right now, so we're just gonna go through these videos. I'm gonna answer you guys in the comments if y'all have anything. Look at these things, but you got Joe Burrow talking about it. You got Gary V. I thought he did crypto cats and stuff. I don't know what he's got going on. Devontae Smith was even talking about NIL.
Hey, how much?
And then Jimmy Johnson, like, it's just on top. And of course, you know, the main man Deion Sanders did too. So let's start with Deion, and then we're gonna go through a few things. This was sad. Jeremiah Smith has more money than NFL players. Crazy. So let's start with Deion here. Start there.
It's not NIL. It's collective. It's pay-per-view. So if I could change something, it would have to be structure and guidelines for these kids. It would be a mimic of the NFL. When rookies come in, this is what you could get. This is the maximum. It would be like that for high school kids. And the college kids that have already proven themselves would be more, would have more value. We got to have some type of structure. If not, you're going to see the same teams that's exhausting themselves financially and the collectives go to the playoffs every year. You may see two surprises, like Arizona State, who played phenomenal, and a couple other teams, but mostly, or what is it, Boise State?
Yeah.
They played phenomenally, but, you know, you get knocked out. So if it's not even, if I can't give you what the other team can give you or pay you, it's not even.
Yeah, I don't know if we get to the pro model eventually,
Yeah.
where maybe we take the top 50 schools and then we kind of divide them into regions, and then
That's going to happen eventually.
yeah, I think so.
It's going, and most schools probably going to break away from football. Is probably going to break away from the other sports.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be football. Then the other sports have their own AD, and it's probably going to roll like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, Deion Sanders has predicted a lot of this stuff on the NIL stuff, so it's hard for me to imagine him not being right. Now, somebody I don't think I would ever imagine commenting on NIL of all things is Hall of Fame coach, right? Regardless, legendary coach, legendary figure in football, to be honest with you, Jimmy Johnson. And here's his take on the transfer
a lot
portal
of
and
coaches are having a hard time with literally during the season, guys. There's like, I don't want to be here. I'm going to go to the transfer portal. Putting yourself in that mindset of a coach, how tough would that be?
Well, to be honest with you, I hate the transfer portal. I hate the NIL. I would last about 5 minutes, dealing with either one of them. I don't like that a player can say, hey, I don't like it here, I'm going to go somewhere else. I like to see players make a commitment. They're going to be somewhere and throughout their college career and have some loyalty to the program. Now, I understand coaches leave, and so players say, well, I can leave too. But for me as a fan, I'd rather them go ahead and stay there for the entire career.
He said, I know that the coaches get to do it, but I don't care about that. He said, hey, at least he's honest about it, right? At least he tells the honest truth, the fact that, look, man, he's just a fan. He just wants things to be predictable. He wants to be able to root for his teams, root for his Miami squads and go from there. Now, I thought this was maybe not what he says is crazy, but I was really not expecting Joe Burrow. Did Joe Burrow, what was it, the year before? Like, it was like, what, 2 years? Because they were 2019. What was it, like literally 2 years when the NIL rules officially came into in 2021?
NIL's pretty crazy now.
Yeah.
You probably would have left earlier, I'm guessing, at Ohio State with NIL transfer portal.
Yeah,
Certainly the transfer portal.
Yeah, I probably would have transferred much earlier than I did, but I had to graduate to go and play at the time. The transfer portal wasn't a thing when I think it became a thing the next year after I transferred, but I still think you had to sit out a year.
Seems like yours was the first guy to take advantage of NIL when, Quinn goes there. I don't even think he left during his senior year in high school.
Yeah.
Went to Ohio State, started making money there. He's sort of the poster child of NIL.
Yeah, I mean, you should take advantage of, if you're going to be able to make seven figures in college, you got to go and take advantage of that. If you're in high school and you're getting offered that, go wherever they're paying you the most.
NIL's pretty crazy now.
Yeah.
And from it is so interesting because a lot of people have a lot of different takes on it, and especially from certain people. I don't know if Joe Burrow comes from a lot of money. I don't think he was broke or anything, but I think it's interesting that he's the first NFL guy that I've heard be like, oh yeah, y'all should cash out, dog. Like, yeah, like so I think it's interesting coming from him. And it didn't really seem like look, dog, when you get NFL money, you're not gonna be like I remember when Travis Hunter was talking about, oh my God, I'll miss out this money. Like, dog, when you get your second check, like, trust me, I don't think you care. I don't think Joe Burrow cares about the NIL money he's missing now. I think he's gonna be okay. But Devontae Smith, who literally the year before, because it was 2020, he won the Heisman, went crazy, national champions. If I'm getting everything correct, was that the same year, national championship and what's it called? You know what I'm saying? Here he is talking about some comments about the NIL. Then we're gonna get to that sad. I think that Jeremiah Smith video, I think is sad, but we'll
How much money do you think you would have made in this NIL era?
I don't even want to think about what I would have made.
I ended up going to Ohio State, so I think I would have made a good amount.
700, 800K.
I went to a smaller school, so I'd say about 200.
I don't know. It's so different now with what guys are making, but hopefully it would have made a little bit to go out to eat with the guys.
I don't know, man. Safety, coming out of college, Miami. I don't know how much these kids getting paid these days. I know I'll probably be good for some couple hundred something thousand, man.
Not very much.
Oh, a ton, man. I just applied, to go back to school, man. So, maybe I can sneak in there and all that.
Hopefully a lot.
I was a 4-star defensive back, kind of an athlete. I don't think I would have made a lot of money, honestly.
I think I would have made a lot. I think I would have made at least probably about $500,000 or $600,000.
50K?
I try to be decently marketable, so maybe I'll be able to make a little change, maybe.
Kind of mad. I'm kind of mad about it. I got a little brother in college right now making a ton of money. Kind of pissing me off a little bit, but I'm happy for him. I'm happy for those guys. Just.
All right. Well, I guess here are the people that are mad about it. we found them, and again, you gotta get to the second contract until you stop being mad. So we've heard Joe Burrow. We gotta save
If
Gary
you could
V.
change one thing about.
Hey, chill out. We gotta save Gary V for the last thing. Here's my issue. Here's my issue. Not really issue with that. I just think it's funny how varied the difference of like what people really were feeling, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, other people were just like, that's cool. Kenny Pickett was like, yeah, I just want some money for the dogs. And then you had homeboy at the end who was like, hey, I'm mad. I could have been making some money on Sunyan, and you know what I'm saying? I can't be too mad. I can't be too mad at them feeling that certain type of way. Where is that? Oh, this is what we gotta watch. This is a sad video. Let's watch this before we even touch any of this Gary V stuff. This makes me sad on the inside, man. It's got some mutilations in there, so we gotta play it with no audio. And I hope maybe that's just a joke, but this does not look like this. I'm mad uncomfortable right now. Like, he said, this looks like that's about to ask somebody for a loan. He about to ask his little for a loan, dog. Oh my gosh, that I don't like that, dog. I don't like that, dog. And for Gary V, we're not watching no Gary V. I'm not doing that. Forget Gary V. We got other things to do, man. But leave like if you like it, just like if you don't like it. NIL's going insane. Insane in the membrane. Shout out to Joe Burrow for putting his balls on the table and shouting out all the high school people, man. Get your manyan, sonyan. And get your second contract, 'cause it's crazy out here, man. It's wild. Be great.